Health students, today we are going to see the game between Pilnik and Freitas. So this game was not so thrilling, but still something adventurous. The game started with e4, c5, knight f3, then knight c6, d4, knight f6. Interesting variation this is. Now c3, cd, gambit line, knight takes on e4, d5, knight to b8, queen to d4, knight f6, and white gains activity. Knight c3, e6, de, fe, bishop g5, bishop e7, long castle, h6, bishop h4, g5, bishop g3. Now the position has become not so good for black. Queen b6, queen b6, a takes on b6, bishop c7, b5, knight takes on b5. White has regained the pawn, but at what cost? Knight d5, bishop g3, h5, h3, g4, hg, knight h4, bishop takes on h4, bishop takes on h4. So this bishop is pinned, so black tries to target it. Knight f4. Now the threat is knight g6, but here comes bishop to c4. Knight takes on g2, black regains the pawn. Bishop f6, bishop takes rook h1, and then knight c6, rook h7, d5, bishop d3, rook a5, knight c3, b5, rook h8 check here, then bishop f1, knight f4, rook h7 check, king d6. Now what should you do? Where to go with the king? King c2, b4. He is kicking every piece of fight. Knight e2, bishop e2. At last the game collapses. Rook a7, rook takes on a7, knight takes on a7, bishop takes on g4, e5, bishop takes on c5, knight takes on, bishop takes on c8, knight takes on c8. And now this is their 3 versus 3 bishop knight draw. And the game here continued for like 50 more moves. King d3, king e6, bishop g5, king f5, bishop e3, d4, bishop d2. Then what will you do about this pawn? He said, I will not play d4 first, I will play knight e7. So then bishop c5, knight c6, defending the pawn on b4. Very important, or else this passed pawn will crack through. So now king d2, e4, king e2, d4, patiently waiting. That's how this is the skill, one of the skills that we need. Yeah, this is called patiently we did a draw. Yeah, like in Hindi we say बैठ के draw करना. Yeah, many people like, oh, why to do a draw like this, let's go, yeah, and attack. But no, if you have a equal position, okay, calmly just move your pieces around, nothing to do, it's a draw, you know it's a draw, then okay, no need to worry. So a4, b takes on a3, b takes on a3, and now king f4, bishop d6 check, king f5, bishop to c5, king g4, king d2, king f3, king e1, e3, f takes on e3, d takes on e3. And now white waited for the option of playing bishop takes on e3. Black also waited for playing e2. Yeah, white first tried to advance his pawn a4, but he didn't have anything about that, because black can any time play like he wanted to push, but black can anytime play knight takes on e5, and that's a draw. So that's what happened. Yeah, but now cool maneuvers. Bishop d6, king e4, king e2, king d5, king f1, king e4, king e1, king d3, king d1, e2, check, then king e1, then knight d4, threatening knight c2, he said. Okay, so you had this, let me play bishop b4. Knight f3 check, king f2, not even queen, because then like we can play it, but as we say सीधी चीज उल्टी पड़ जाएगी. That's what will happen. Yeah, so not that too hasty for. So knight d4, bishop c5, knight 2. Actually he didn't push the pawn. I think this was so king e1, knight c2 check, king d1, knight d4, then white bishop remained, bishop c7, king c4, bishop b6, king d5, bishop a7, king e4, bishop b6, king d3, bishop c5, king c4, bishop b6, king d3, and then he took here, and then king e2, king 2. Now king to e4 loses, because no, it doesn't lose, right? Yeah, king e4 was played, king d1, king d4, king e2, king e4, king e1, and then king d4, king d1, e2 check, king takes on e2, king c4, a5, king b5, king to d3, king takes on a5, and the game is drawn. A brilliant 150 move game. Yeah. Okay, so the end game was quite well played. Yeah, the concept of exchanging this was very nice. So now that's all. So today is Muharram. Muharram is the starting of the Muharram month. Today we call it Muharram, but it is the starting of the month of Hijri. Yeah, when the God of Muslims forbids all kinds of violence and fights. Yeah, and people live joyfully and give things to the needy and poor. Yeah, so and on this day the people, the history of this day was that on this day the battle was done, and in that big what can we say, a big developer of Islam, of Muslim and Islamic was gone. Yeah, murdered in that battle. So people in his memory, he carry many things and give it to the needy, poor and holy people. Yeah, they do. Some people, many today people express their like what can we say, their will towards God and do self whipping with ropes and chains and forehead cutting. No, not cutting the forehead. There is some type of haircut. Yeah, and many things, self-flagellation with chains. Yeah, so today is a holy day for them. Today is also the day of the world's indigenous people. So that's all. I hope you like this show. Don't forget to hit the subscribe bell icon. Thank you.